and I'll let you know when we're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
This conference will now be recorded.
We are now live streaming and we can start the meeting. Thank you.
Thanks, Ben. Good morning, everyone. The June 9th, 2021 meeting of the Finance Committee will come to order with the following members present: Dr. Safran.
Present.
And myself, Michael Schottenstein. So looking at our fiscal update for April 2021, revenue was $1,387,486. This is a substantial increase from the previous month and represents some catching up from the renewals that had been delayed with regard to the July 1st deadline extension. You may note in the fiscal summary that there's a substantial increase in revenue for April 2021 as compared to April 2019. As a preview of the main numbers, we have over $1 million in revenue, and our cash balance will go back up over $6 million. And we are still expecting a substantial revenue month in June because of the deadline extension, but also because June is typically a big renewal month for us. You may note that our April cash balance has increased to $5,895,665. Payroll and spending are essentially unremarkable. We received $7,180 in disciplinary fines in April. We have an approximate target of $150,000 in the fine revenue per fiscal year. We are on track to exceed that, having already received $144,744 in total fines for the fiscal year to date. Any discussion regarding fiscal matters?
No, it's nice to increase our revenues.
Always nice. We have 4 orders of new business. First is with regard to the nurse reviewer contract. And, these motions will look familiar. We're starting a new fiscal year, and so we're sort of circling back with these. The standards review unit currently consists of 2 nurse reviewer positions, one of which became vacant this year. The unit supervisor, Brandy Dorsey, continues to assess the volume and type of work done by these staff prior to making a determination regarding permanent backfilling of that vacancy to see if any restructuring of the duties would be more efficient. As a temporary measure, in order to avoid a backlog of case reviews in the unit, the board had entered into a contract with Jack Holdford, an RN formerly employed with the board as a case reviewer during fiscal year 21. This contract has been very beneficial in addressing a potential backlog. Mr. Holdford has completed the review of 37 cases as of May 27th, averaging 5 cases per week. We are seeking approval to renew this contract during fiscal year 22 in an amount not to exceed $24,000 for the continuation of this effort. The hourly rate for this review work is $29.16, which is equal to the starting base pay of a nurse reviewer. The terms require 15 to 30 hours per week, extending through the fiscal year or until a maximum is reached. The requested motion is to recommend to the full board to enter into a contract with Mr. Holdford for fiscal year 22 in an amount not to exceed $24,000. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
And I'll second. Is there discussion, Dr. Safran, or anybody else?
Jack is an extraordinary nurse reviewer, and we're very lucky that he wants to work with us and for us. He's fantastic.
Thank you so much, Dr. Safran. Anybody else have any comments on this matter? So if you'd be so kind, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, thank you so much. Our second order of new business has to do with the special counsel assignment. Beginning in December 2019, Schumacher, Lupin, Kendrick was appointed as special counsel to defend the State Medical Board of Ohio in responding to subpoenas ducus tecum and subpoenas for deposition issued in opioid-related lawsuits, including the multi-district litigation in federal court in the Northern District of Ohio and litigation filed against pharmaceutical manufacturers and distributors in Ross and Madison counties. The opioid litigation is ongoing. As Ms. Luca mentioned in her operations report at the May board meeting, the projected cost of this continuing litigation is estimated at $75,000 for fiscal year 22. Any controlling board requests needed to cover this contract will be handled by the Attorney General's office. The requested motion is to recommend that the full board authorize the payment of up to $75,000 during fiscal year 22 for the law firm of Schumacher, Lupin, Kendrick to perform special counsel services on behalf of the board in the opioid litigation. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
And I'll second. Is there discussion? Okay, hearing none. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Thank you so much.
I think Betty had a comment.
Oh, forgive me. Hi, Betty. Oh, can't.
You're on mute.
Let me see if I can unmute you, Miss Montgomery.
Okay,
There we
I
are.
just wanted Kim to explain why we're doing outside counsel to respond to the litigation or as opposed to inside. I think you put it in the document, but just for the record, to explain why we're hiring outside counsel.
The AG's office has asked us to do that. They have secured outside counsel for us. I think they at one time had a dedicated AG who did that, who has moved on to other things, and they do still have an in-house person that assists us with our documents that we've provided through Everlaw. So we do continue to have an internal contact at the AG's office, but all the boards who are involved in this have been directed to outside counsel. It is a pretty heavy lift. There have been depositions. I participated in a deposition that lasted a day and a half a few weeks ago, and we have some other ones coming up in the next few weeks. And since there's 3 cases, there's the federal, and then the 2 state cases. It is a pretty heavy lift for entities that aren't parties. We're not even parties to the suit. So
I just wanted the record to reflect why we're doing it, why we're hiring, so that
sure, absolutely. And I will say I've been pleased with the work that we have from Joe Simpson, who is the person assigned to us. He does a nice job, and he's experienced and efficient in the work that he's doing for us.
Thanks. Sorry, Dr. Schaff. Thank you.
Not at all. Thanks very kindly. Any other comments before we move on to another matter? Our third order of new business has to do with hearing examiner services. The medical board currently employs 2 full-time hearing examiners and has been utilizing the services of Rhonda Szymanski, a private attorney, for contract hearing examiner services as the need arises. Ms. Szymanski has years of familiarity with the board's hearing processes and has the experience necessary to take on large, complex cases. Approval of this request will allow the hearing unit to continue to shift a number of cases to Ms. Szymanski during fiscal year 22 as the need arises. The contract will not exceed $48,925. The requested motion is to recommend to the full board the approval to enter into a contract with Rhonda Szymanski for fiscal year 22 not to exceed $48,925 to perform hearing attorney examiner services. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Thank you. And I'll second. Is there discussion? Okay. Hearing none. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Last order of new business is with regard to purchase of additional Salesforce development hours. As we have done in previous years, we are seeking approval for dedicated IT support from the Department of Administrative Services, DAS, to prioritize the board's enhancement projects in Salesforce and e-license. During fiscal year 21, we pursued and deployed 13 system enhancements totaling $32,500.60. Several of these enhancements refined application questions and background sections to improve the application process and streamline the back office review of a more completed application upon submission. Legislative changes were also included to comply with House Bill 442. Finally, several enhancements improved and automated back office processing and monitoring functions such as name change requests, complaint record activity data, and subpoena authorization workflows. We anticipate the need for further system enhancements in fiscal year 22, many of which likely will not be known until the fiscal year has commenced. Those currently slated for development in the coming year are license verification, request automation, and an entire system build-out to handle the expert process from start to finish. The rate per hour for fiscal year 22 is $118.40. The staff is requesting that the board approve up to $35,000 for fiscal year 22, with an estimated 300 hours of development. The requested motion is to recommend to the full board the authorization of up to $35,000 for dedicated Salesforce development hours from DASOIT. Is there a motion?
So moved.
And I'll second. Thank you. Is there discussion? Okay, hearing none. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Thank you so much. Are there any other Finance Committee matters that anyone would like to discuss today?
Dr. Schottenstein, just wanted to point out quickly on the Salesforce allotment. That's actually, we're truing up that cost a little bit. So we're at about, I think we've previously gone for about 50,000. And I think we're trying to get that a little truer to cost this year. So we feel better about lowering that and making it a little more accurate.
Okay, great. Thanks for timing for that. Any other comments on that matter or any other fiscal matters today?
I have something, but it's not fiscal. Stephanie, can they fix Betty's computer so it says Betty Montgomery instead of Mark Barr?
I was just going to send a text about that. Yeah.
Okay.
I had attempted to change the name, but you can't do that on GoToMeetings, apparently. You can do that on Teams, but Julie has already indicated that she'll make sure that Ms. Montgomery's name is correct for the next meeting.
Okay.
Great. Thanks for pointing that out, Dr. Saffron. Any other matters for today? All
I
right,
move we adjourn.
and I'll second that. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Nice to see everyone this morning and see you in a little bit.
All right. Great. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Now the name is changed over Thursday.
Okay, I'm back.
So the next one is 8:15.
Uh,